Welcome to the live stream. It's the Fisherman's Podcast. Thanks you guys for tuning in. And you know what? There's always going to be something good. And today we had Pastor Oscar Bogart, but he was busy. So you know what? We're going to talk about a lot of things here. So stay tuned and get your popcorn ready because you about to be popping. Yeah. So that sounds kind of weird. Did that sound weird? I think it did. Anyways, let me invite some people. Hopefully they will get up on here and talk to me. I think when Jesus Christ, when he was like, hey, there are fishes in the sea, like when he was trying to like create like more food, I think it was just a metaphor. Like let's say like, okay, you're starving, right? He's just trying to say if you have hope and you like believe in the Lord Jesus Christ, like you get what I mean? Like it would just metaphorically speaking, like the fish will show up. Anyways, bro, where are you at, bro? Come here, bro. Let's go. All right. Uh, who is here? Live. I can't see it. For some reason, hold on. Yeah, I can't see it. Is it Isaac? Isaac, are you a sneaky peeky? Are you sneaking in my live stream? Okay. No, I'm waiting for James, but I don't see him on here. Where's James at, bro? I sent him an invite. There you go, buddy. There we go. Good job. God from Abraham. How great is thy word to me. How you doing, man?
Good. How are you?
You about to stretch, you about to wrestle a bear or something.
I've been wrestling my two daughters all day, so.
Yeah, I understand, bro. So basically if people don't know who James is, he's from Montana.
Yes, sir.
And I always wanted to go to Montana. Like, seriously. Because I play a lot of video games and it's like Red Dead Redemption, you know what I mean? Like I want to like travel the Great Lands. Like there has been lands that's never been explored or something like that. Like it's a country boy in me, you know. People don't understand that.
Yeah, I mean, Northwest Montana, as far as I'm concerned,
Yeah.
is the best place to be in the lower 48 of Alaska.
exactly. And you know, you don't have to be kind of like, all right, I have to be a Midwestern or, you know, a city boy. Like, and I hate this opposition where it's like, oh, you're not a country, don't come out here. Like, you can be a city boy, right? Like, because I used to live in the city, but once I got older, it was kind of like, I love the country. Like, I want to have a land. I want to, like plant, like have my own garden and all this stuff, bro. You know, like organic stuff. And I realized that it was like when I was younger, I was dumb, bro. It's crazy, but yeah,
And that's the life I'm trying to cultivate right now. Is have 10 acres. I like that homestead feel. Like that's the best way to live. I mean, that's the way we lived for many years.
do you think more expensive, like to live like that? Is it worth it, or it's kind of like,
On
oh,
even on a smaller scale of a homestead, like just having your own chickens, fresh eggs. Um,
wait, will you have your own chickens?
no, not yet. Um, I plan on it though, and I plan on having more than
You
just
should.
chicken.
You
So.
should. But well, now the egg prices are going down now. Think about it. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm saying like it's you don't have to. All you have to do is pay for chickens, and then let them live on your land, and you have
Right.
the best eggs
They
possible.
should have done that before. Like, you know. And we did have Pastor Oscar Bogart on here. It was, bro, it was cracking. And I mean, like, dude, but he's gonna get back on the Fisherman's podcast is because he was too busy, and I didn't want to keep kind of like him because he's busy, and he got a lot to do. So I was like, hey, whenever you're free, bro, like, bro,
Yeah, I mean, I would like to speak to him as well. I mean, being a pastor in South Africa is no joke. So,
dude, have you ever heard him preach, Pastor Oscar Bogart?
no, I haven't.
Oh,
Um,
bro,
we just recently became friends on Facebook. So.
if you ever hear him preach, bro, dude, you might think he can't preach, but trust me, I've listened to him preach about South Africa, and literally, I wanted to freaking like hop on my freaking saddle and be like he basically exposed South Africa, the government, and everything. Like, dude, go listen to his preaching, bro. Like, it's crazy. It's like he doesn't seem like the type to like preach hard, but if you listen to his preaching, it's crazy. It's kind of like he gets deep into it. It's like South Africa, like that's why they want to like persecute him, bro.
Well, and then I mean, being a Christian in South Africa, I mean, I guarantee you they suffer more persecution than we can imagine living here in America, so.
Imagine this. Okay, let me ask you. Let's say if you're, let's say if you, I'm not saying right now, like let's say if you had a wife in Africa, would you move to Africa?
If I had a wife in Africa,
Yeah.
I'd be living in Africa. Yeah.
So you wouldn't go there.
Like, what do you mean? I just leave my wife living in Africa
No,
by
no, no.
herself?
I'm not saying leave your wife. I'm just trying to say like you wouldn't even try to like move her out of there. You got
Oh,
me?
are you saying if I met someone from South?
Yeah, like I'm just saying, like, dude, I know you're married. I'm just saying, like, let's say, okay, I'm not talking about you. Like, let's say somebody that wants to marry, like, oh, she's so beautiful in
Right.
Africa. How can you take her out of Africa and become a soul winner? You get what I mean? Oh, a soul winning wife, whatever, a Baptist wife.
Yeah, I mean, or you could just, you would have, I guess, dual citizenship then, really. I mean, I don't know. I haven't looked into it, but I would imagine so. So, I mean, you could spend like 6 months out of the year in Africa, and then
So you
six
you
months
you
out
would
of
have to
the year.
travel over there.
What's that?
So basically, you would have to travel over there to visit her first, right?
Oh, you're saying if you like met someone over there.
Yeah. I'm not talking about me. Like I'm just saying, like, if somebody was interested in a girl in Africa, let's say, you get what I mean?
Yeah, well, all I know is there's some guys like veterans that they talk big about like the women over in the Philippines. So I mean, they'll fly over there, get to know the girl, and then
Okay.
so I'm kind of aware of that process. I don't know if it's the same in Africa.
Yeah. I miss the rain down in Africa. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to go visit. I mean, we think Northwest Montana is wild. I mean, in Africa
So
they have elephants, lions. It's that's the true wild right there.
honestly, so
We have
basically,
mountain lions.
we're gonna talk about false prophets. So basically, we're just getting warmed up. So let's get right into it. So I truly believe that there are false prophets, and I've been thinking about this. There are false prophets outside the new IFB. And do you think it came from the new IFB, or do you think it's just false prophets in general that wants to take down the new IFB? You get what I mean? Or is it did they crept into the church and be like, hey, you know what? We're just trying to tear this thing down.
Yeah, well, I mean, false prophets have been here since the Christian movement
Right.
at the very beginning. They've been there. So I mean, it's not just within the NIFB, So
So what makes the new IFB great to the point where, and I know why a lot of people attack the new IFB, and what's crazy is the fact that they used to be in the new IFB, and I'm like, so basically you used to be in the new IFB, but now you're attacking the new IFB. It doesn't make any sense at all, you know.
yeah,
So
I mean, there's no problem with being in a church that's labeled the NIFB and then leaving that church. There's not a problem with that. But all of the ones that I've seen that have left the NIFB are attacking. I mean, there's something there.
so do you think the new IFB gets a bad rep? So a bad rep, and the fact that people don't want to rep the new IFB. So it's kind of like, oh, you're part of the Pastor Steven Anderson crowd, huh? You're trying to join our church. It's kind of like that. Do you see it that way, or and it is that way? It's because honestly, it's because there are churches that is kind of like anti new IFB. Oh, we heard about you when Pastor, you know, freaking Bruce Mejia. We heard about you. We don't want to associate with you. Do you feel that
Well,
way?
yeah, yeah. So speaking from my own experience, I just go to a local independent fundamental Baptist church, and my pastor's not even aware of the NIFB. Uh, I mean, I've sent him some sermons. of Steven Anderson.
What if they are, but they're just keeping on it the low? Think about
No, my pastor, he's the real deal. I
it.
mean, yeah. Not everybody's aware of the NIFB. So
But here's the thing: why would they even keep it on the low, right? Like, there's no point. Like, if for me, it's kind of like this: if you're preaching the truth, like Pastor Steven Anderson is preaching the truth, and when I say this, they're like, "You're a psychopath. You're obsessed with Pastor Steven Anderson." Dude, he's preaching the truth. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
yeah, and as I've said before, is like, what is there not to support? I mean,
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, if you can tell me something that, okay, they've been saying like he's a cult. Like, wow, that's the greatest excuse you can come up with. Like, anybody can come up with a lame excuse if they want to destroy, like that. That's just the devil, like, talking and be like, hey, you know what? We're gonna destroy, like, the greatest church that ever went, soul winning across the world, and they're like, hey, you know what? Like, what did you do at the end of the day? Oh, you didn't do shit. Yeah, shut up. Anyways, like, it's kind of like all these idiots want to talk about. Well, Faithful Baptist Church is this and that. Like, what did you do for God? What did you do for God? Oh, I was so winning in my area. Good for you. Well,
yeah,
Faithful Word went around the world, and they got.
yeah,
Have you ever got persecuted? No, you too scared for persecution. And
and the ones that have left,
yeah,
I mean, they still watch every sermon, and now I guess the reason why they're doing it is to expose, Pastor Steven Anderson or the NIFB. Actually, they watch, yeah, everyone that's
they watch
considered
every
an
fucking. They watch every.
every sermon. That's
every
wild. I don't even watch
why?
all the sermons of everyone that's labeled the
I don't even
NIFB.
watch every. I
That's
can't keep
crazy.
up with every sermon. That's what's crazy about it. I can't keep up with every sermon, bro. And you you know what's crazy? Like, if pastor, I live with this, and I've told people this. If you actually think that Pastor Steven Anderson is a cultic, then why do you keep listening to him?
Because, like I said, I mean, what they'll say is they're trying to expose.
An idiot. They're hypocrites. It's kind of like calling him Jim Jones, but then you're like, oh, you always hear, right? Like, these trash. It's kind of like, oh, you drank the Kool-Aid, but they're the one that's listening to the sermons every day. Wow.
Yeah. I don't know if they labeled me as anything, but like I said, I go to a local independent fundamental Baptist church. I have since I've been saved. I was saved in a local independent fundamental Baptist church. So,
Yeah.
and I support the NIFB mainly because it's edifying. The sermons I've listened to, I don't see anything wrong with it other than being edified. So
Yeah. And honestly, for me, I think it's more like, okay, it's more personal to me because I grew up, like, I got saved by Pastor Steven Anderson. But you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? I hate the fact that, and this is why they're trying to turn this against people, that they're like, oh, you back Pastor Steven Anderson up? Okay, how about this? Wasn't you the one listening to Once Saved, Always Saved? If it wasn't for that video, they wouldn't be saved. But these ungrateful bastards, they just want to say, hey, you know what? We got saved. forget Pastor Stephen Anderson. We don't care about him. We're just gonna go to the old IAB church. Why would you turn your back against man of God and go back into old IB, old stanky ass IFB, Isaac, that doesn't believe in after the tribulation? You know damn well they don't believe. Then why would you do that? It's because you're yeah, I don't want to say it because it's ridiculous, bro. It's so ridiculous. It's
So
not.
you said you got saved by Pastor Stephen Anderson. Uh,
Yeah.
did you watch the gospel presentation or?
No, I you know how I got saved? What's crazy is I watched After the Tribulation documentary, and
Hmm.
I think the reason it was what's it called New World Order Bibles.
Oh yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
remember. Actually, I remember
and
watching with my
back in
church
the days,
in Michigan.
when YouTube wasn't a bitch, so I watched that, and then I remember like I used to listen. I used to listen to Rick Warren. I used to listen to Rick Warren, bro. And I used to like donate to Rick Warren's church, Saddleback Church in Texas. One of the most false prophet in the world is Rick Warren.
I've never even heard of him.
You
I'm
never heard of
sure
Rick Warren,
if
bro?
I'm sure I'm sure
He
I've seen him. I just
so
don't know.
basically what got me into Rick Warren was the fact that I actually read the Bible, not the Bible, but I actually read the book that he wrote. It's called The Purpose of the Driven Life. So basically, it's just like I didn't know Jesus Christ, but so basically he just talking all this stuff. But then he's basically saying the fact that your purpose on this earth is kind of like for Jesus Christ. That's all he wanted to say, right? And the whole book was like this. This is one message, but and I didn't know the Bible at that time, right? And so like that's when I started listening to this podcast by Rick Warren. And Rick Warren didn't teach about hell or preach about hell. He said hell is cold, right? And all this stuff. I was like, what? Hell is cold, bro. I'm like, if hell is cold, I want to go there because I'm hot right now.
Yeah, well, he better be praying it's cold. Is he
Yeah,
still
no,
alive?
he going there. And
Is he
and
still alive?
yeah, he is. And you know what's crazy, bro? I think in an interview, I saw this interview, and somebody asking about like homosexuals, right? What do you believe? Like, do you think homosexual would go to heaven? And it and then like Rick Warren said, like, oh, he just trying to like go around the question, right? Like he wouldn't answer it. I'm like, bro, and that's why I'm like, no. But then you know what I did, bro? I used to donate like $70 a week to Rick working at Walmart. That's ridiculous, right?
No, and one of the guys I know or have been aware of was Pat Robertson.
Yeah,
I think that's
I was mad,
but
bro.
my grandma. I don't. She's never donated, but she'd call for like prayer and stuff to
And
Pat when Pat Robertson was still alive.
and I remember this. Like when I stopped donating, they literally hit me up on my email. You stopped donating. Why do you stop donating? You should keep donating. Like they literally hit me up on my email nonstop, bro. And I'm like, what the?
How much did you donate altogether?
I swear it's almost like $500, bro.
Dang, for what? What did you have to don? Oh, you were just supporting
Because
Brandon's
because you know
ministry?
what they did because I fell for this like this mainstream Christianity where
Oh yeah.
what
where
he
they say,
did,
send the money and you'll get
yeah,
it
yep,
tenfold
yep,
back.
yep, yep. Because what he did was like when he speaks like Rick Warren, he's like, God loves you. No, no, he's not like the young guys, like he's old, right? But when you listen to him, like you wouldn't want to listen to him like falling asleep in a podcast. That type of dude. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Like he can tell a story. And I didn't realize that. Like I didn't know anything about the new IFB. I didn't know anything about the King James Bible. If I would have known about that before, but the fact
All right,
that
yeah. So after you donated all the money,
so
and
check it.
you later found out the truth, right?
Yeah,
How did you find out about
I'm gonna tell you.
Pastor Stephen
I'm gonna
Anderson?
tell you the story. So so basically, so they had a special edition Bible, right? So like, I don't know why I fell for it, bro. Like I, it was like $80, bro.
You were unsaved. That's why.
Bro, I I don't know why I bought that. So it was like a special edition. It was like this new IFV ridiculous Bible, bro. It was all like fancy, right? So the reason why I bought it is because I was unsaved. I was not saved, and I wanted to feel the power of God, right? And so
Hmm.
and so I ordered that Bible, bro. You know what happened? Like I ordered that Bible, I read it. You know what's crazy about it? The same day, bro. Check this out. This is how I know God works in mysterious ways. The same day that I ordered that Bible, okay, it's wrapped up all pretty. I mean, like that thing is glowing, right? But it's like the NLT, bro. So it's like wrapped up the NLT, like the special edition, like the best you can ever buy. I mean, this thing was like $90 back in the day. So I open it up and I'm trying to read, right? I'm like, I'm trying to read. I'm like, okay. And I don't feel any power because you know what I was trying to get? I was trying to get power from a Bible that didn't give me power.
Hmm.
You understand?
Yeah.
Because I was seeking God and God knew that. But I was seeking God in the wrong way, in the wrong place, in the wrong Bible.
Right.
So what happened was I closed that Bible. I said, I ordered this damn Bible for no. Like, what's going on? What am I doing wrong? Honestly, like, I was that stupid. Like, I'm like, what am I doing wrong? Honestly, like, you will look at me like, you can make it into a movie. Like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. But here's the thing if you seek God, the Bible says, seek and you shall find, right? Check this
Right.
out. You know
Not
what?
gonna be.
You know
That's
what?
right.
You know who I found? So I was disappointed that day, right? And I got on my knees and prayed. I literally, like, I was disappointed and I prayed from my heart. I said, God, if you are real, show me. That's what I remember that day that I got on my knees in front of my mattress, right beside that Rick Warren fake Bible. I said, God, I said, I want to know if you're real. Show me if you're real.
Mhm.
You know what he did? For some reason, I got on YouTube. You know who I found? Pastor Stephen Anderson. Boom. After the tribulation, boom. That's how I
That
got.
was the first thing you found.
Yeah. Honestly, I didn't type in Pastor Stephen Anderson. I didn't know who Pastor Stephen Anderson was. I didn't know who the new IFB was. The first thing I did, you know what I did? I was so like overwhelmed. I was so depressed. I didn't have the the energy to get on the computer. I just for some reason something it was kind of like after I prayed, for some
Hmm.
reason it was like this thing that just boom, 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 like in my mind. It's like, and then I boom, it popped up, and something made me click on it. I think it was the Holy Spirit, and I clicked on it. What happened? It was the New World Order Bibles, right? So once I watched the New World Order Bibles, after I watched the whole thing, I realized I was like, man, I've been deceived, bro,
Yeah.
the whole time. And you know what I did? I grabbed that $80 plus shipping and handling Bible, bro. I walked straight up to the trash can. I regret. I almost didn't do it. I was like, should I do it? I just paid $80 for this, but I did it. I was like, you know, boom, straight in the trash can. And and after that, I never looked back, bro. And that's how I got saved. It just kept going from that to, after the tribulation. Once saved, always saved. I didn't understand once saved, always saved first because I was ignorant. I was working at Walgreens at that time, and you know,
And that was the sermon he preached.
yeah,
Once saved, always saved.
that sermon got a lot of people.
That yeah, I mean that's actually one of my girl's favorite sermons. So
Hmm. Like that's a legendary sermon. And that's why I don't understand why they're turning their back against Pastor Anderson. It's crazy to me. Like the majority of people that got saved was from Pastor Steven Anderson. But you know what it is? I think it's just their fleshly side taking over. Honestly, like people that um, even when I talk about Faithful Word Baptist Church listeners, online and stuff, like how are you going to create a chat room and then turn your back against the new IFB? That's crazy, bro.
yeah.
Like, then why you even start a Faithful Word Baptist Church listener, Kimmy Kesslers, the Kimmy Kesslers of the world? You guys are nothing but a bunch of traitors, and then you have the nerve to just pop out and say we're the cult. No, you guys are the freaking cult. And it's crazy to me. It's because I don't take that lightly. It's because, you know what? Honestly, that's why when I hear people talk shit about Pastor Steven Anderson, like I'm not a psycho fan or sicko fan or whatever you want to say. That's stupid. It's because these people have nothing better to do than accuse people of, you know what? Just because I support the truth, honestly. And you know how I know they hate the truth? It's because of people like Andrew Loza. Okay, listen. My point is the fact that if Pastor Steven Anderson was an actually cult member, like a actually cult leader, then why are you still so obsessed with him today? Why are you still making videos about him today?
Well, I feel like Andrew Loza, I
It's
mean, he
right.
started off making like what is it, graphic design, like making
Yeah,
pictures
and
online.
he used that to mock Pastor Steven Anderson.
No, but
Because,
I'm saying in the early days, like he was the true sycophant.
yeah,
Uh,
he's,
from what I remember, like he was making like I don't graphic design posters
yeah.
for the Red Hot preaching conference. And
And for some reason it didn't
one
work.
day, Steven Anderson was like, I don't even know who this guy is,
I
and
remember
that's when,
that.
and then he turned bitter
I
against.
remember that, and he got so mad. And then I'm like, I didn't back then. I didn't even know who Andrew Loza was, who Andrew that loser was. And I'm like, who is this guy?
I still don't know who he is. I've never
So
even seen
they,
like all
all
of his
he has,
content.
he has like over 1,000 followers on fucking YouTube.
Yeah, but I'm saying all of his content, like I've never even seen his face. Like, does anyone know who he is?
No,
For all we, he could be a kid or
he,
an old guy in his mom's basement.
he can be a drag queen for all we know.
Yeah, exactly.
But like,
But I wanted to bring it back to
I
the
think
documentary, The
I'm not.
New World Order.
It's just the fact that like if you're gonna get subscribers, like do it the right way. You get what I mean? Like like
Yeah, I
like
mean he's all.
don't make
Yeah,
videos mocking the new IFB just to get subscribers because yeah.
and that's all. That's all his content is.
Yeah.
It's like, it seems
Not
like a
him. It,
troll because honestly, I don't know who he is. I don't think anyone does. So he could be. He's a
I
troll,
I
like
see him, bro.
trying to destroy a powerhouse, soul-winning church.
You know it what he looks like.
I mean, he's not even like saying that he's trying to destroy a church. Like it's
But
not even
no,
possible.
he's actually in Germany right now. He lives in Germany and he
Oh, okay. So he could be a liberal then.
yeah. So basically he's like this he looks like a 15-year-old Justin Bieber. I seen him on camera.
Oh, you've seen him?
Yeah, I seen him.
I just assumed he was a
Yeah, so
troll.
basically when I saw his picture, he deleted that video that I saw. And so basically like he looks like he's like 20 years old, graduated from high school, and he's like obsessed with Pastor Steven Anderson. So basically, like, imagine
So
Justin
he's a
Bieber.
young kid then.
Yeah, he
He's
just
young.
a kid, and so like basically now the fact that uh, Pastor Anderson like rejected him, so basically he's going crazy because he's a psychopath, and so he's just basically using his talent like mock Pastor and the new IFB, and then he literally follows me, bro. Like so that's why he get like subscribers on his YouTube is because he'll post my content, the interviews that I did like before with Isaac Anderson
Yeah,
and
well, all of his content is other people.
Roland, yeah. So I even called him out for that. I said, if you was real, I said, hey, you know what? How come you never just get on the cam and just talk? And
Yeah,
he
let's
and,
bring him up.
and he doesn't. You know, I called him out. I said, hey, you know what? If you a real man, you a real Christian, then you would show up at my podcast. And you know what's crazy? He even took my video and posted on his channel and say, "Hey, you know what? No one called me out to, but he's a little bitch. He won't show up. That's the thing. He just does it just to get subscribers.
And like I said, what I'm saying about him is rings true from what I know about him. He's just a troll.
Yeah,
All his content is other
because
people.
he got his heart broken by Pastor Steven Anderson. That's it.
Yeah, but it's not just Pastor Steven Anderson. It's just like anybody that's part of the NIFB.
Exactly.
He's going after everybody.
And
I
then
don't know. I've only seen like one, maybe one or two of his videos, so I don't really know, and
and
I
you
don't care because I look at him as a troll.
and you notice like when people hate Pastor Steven Anderson, they hate the new IFB. Why? It's
Well, Pastor
It's never
Anderson
like
and
I hate
Pastor
Pastor
Roger
Anderson,
Jimenez
but
are the
I
ones that started the movement.
always like I hate the new IFB. You get what I mean?
What?
It's almost like people that hate Pastor Steven Anderson, they hate the whole new IFB. It's never
Well, I just said Pastor Anderson and Pastor Jimenez are the ones that kind of started this. Uh, I don't want to say it's new doctrine, but I mean, like, they're standing on the Bible
the movement, the new.
more than the old IFB was. So that's what I don't even know when were they labeled the NIFB.
No, no, I truly believe the fact that I think the fact the devil is controlling the old IFB, and that's what I believe. I believe the fact that the devil has Even though the old IB is saved, I truly believe the devil has control of the old IB, and the fact that the devil can't get control of the new IFB. So what he gonna do is to try to turn that against the new IFB.
Well,
Whether
in my experience with the old IFB, um, it's watered down preaching.
it is,
A bunch of old people, so that means their churches are dying.
yeah, it's storytelling.
Um, yeah, and then most of them are pre-tribulation rapture. They all believe in that.
And you know why? Because they are literally getting paid to do that.
And a lot of them support
That's the
Israel.
only
So
way.
I
Yeah,
mean,
that's the only way
if you mess up on one truth of the Bible, it leads you down. I mean, could you imagine sending money to Israel, supporting what they do,
yeah.
all the evil and harm that they're doing? It's they're blinded. A lot of them are spiritually blinded.
The greatest delusion is not from afar. The greatest delusion is up in your face, bro. And what I mean is that it's because here's the thing. Like, let's say when you listen to the new IFB, right? They preach everything, right? But you notice the difference when you go into an old IB church. It's just like the opposite. Why? But they're both saved. I mean, everybody in that church is saved. They are spiritual. You're hearing good stuff, but why is it different? Because it's not. I think the boldness is not there. The bold. That's what's lacking in the old IFB is boldness. Because you know what? The devil got him cowardly. The devil said, "Hey, you know what? Just preach good. Just preach good enough. Just run the church good enough. Don't
Mhm.
don't be the new IFB, and we
Yeah,
will
and
and we
some of
will
them are just,
keep your church. We will keep your
tickling people's ears, like just, they won't stand hard on the truths
on the
that
truth.
come from the Bible, and they won't preach the whole Bible either,
And
because most of their congregation have been there since,
yeah,
so they don't want to offend anybody and lose any money. I'll be right back.
all right, man. We're taking a 2 minute break, guys. Hold on.
All right, I'm back.
Hold on. I gotta use the restroom.
I just had to let my dog in.
Hold on.
But anyways,
Yeah. So it, so the old IB. So we talking about the new IB churches, and we talking about the old IB churches. Like the great difference, what I seen, and I go to old IB church, and we all know the great difference.
go lay
Uh,
down. Go
It's
lay
it
down.
because the majority of old IB churches they don't go soul winning. They don't go soul winning. It's soul winning, and they don't preach boldly. I think they just listen. I I have been to a church where they literally give you the gospel even if you're saved. That's crazy to me. Like, why would you give a gospel to people that is already saved? That is crazy to me.
Well, and from
That's
what I
what they
know,
do every Sunday.
when they do go door knocking, they just put tracts on people's doors.
Yeah.
And then they host like events. Like the ones I
You know
know, their
what?
philosophy is like they're gonna be a good example unto
Yeah.
others and that they come
You know what's
to
funny?
their church. They're not actually soul winning.
Yeah. but they're
I
out
mean, I'm sure there are some that do, but I mean, it's few and far in between.
and,
So
and they want to mock the new IFB, like, oh, you guys are soul winning too much. Like, what?
how can you soul win too much? I'm not doing it enough.
When, like, I remember going to when I was in a church called, listen, it was a good church. It was an old IFB church, right? They preached the same thing, but it was tracks. I remember just getting a bunch of like these like cards. Just I still have the cards in my damn car. I mean, literally.
Lay down. Go lay down.
And and you know what's crazy? Like I remember I asked my pastor. I said, "Do you guys go soul winning?" He says, "Yeah, we do." And so, but soul winning means handing out tracts. That's soul winning to them.
Hmm.
So basically, what the old IFB does, they want to replace, like, okay, soul winning with tracks. It's just like
Well,
they're
like I said, their churches are dead. I mean,
yeah.
they're not even doing the first commission that Christ wanted all Christians to do. So if they're not doing that, it makes sense why their churches are dying.
If
Like I
Paul
said
was,
earlier, the ones I've been to, everyone's old. And that means after they're done away with, their church is literally dead. Who's gonna take over?
if Paul was right, like he would be like, you guys are pathetic. You guys don't go
Yeah, but
further.
I wanted to
Like,
bring back
yeah, ridiculous.
the you were talking about the New World Order Bible versions. Was that the name of the documentary?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I remember watching it in Michigan. I was 22 at the time, and a man that went to our church went to the same Bible college that Steven Anderson did, and we actually had like the guy had a bunch of DVDs, and part of the church we all got together and watched it, and I remember just being inspired by it, you know, being freshly saved. And wow. Yeah, I mean they've made some great documentaries.
Yeah, and you know what's crazy? Listen, and shout out to Paul Winberg. Like, I don't hate
Dude,
him.
he lives in Michigan, you know that, right?
Yeah,
I know exactly what city he lives in.
I don't hate Paul Winberger. I understand. Listen, he just it's business and like, but have you ever watched, like, check this out, bro? You haven't watched that movie that was created by him, the movie Deported with Pastor Stephen A.
Yeah, I've seen it a long time ago, probably when it first came out.
So the last scene, you ever watched the last scene? Like, so when
Where
Paul
he's
Wittenberger,
telling his testimony of what happened.
so basically, if you ever watch the last scene, like for me, I watch everything. Like I try to put like detail everything. So basically, I saw this like Paul Wittenberger literally like what? Go watch that.
Was
It's,
it the testimony of what happened to him?
no, it's he just trying to fake it. Like, it's crazy. Like, I get it. You're getting shot, right? I get it. So they're getting deported. They're getting shot left and right. And then, like, he's stuck, right? He's stuck inside his building, Paul Wittenberger. So what he does, he put his camera on himself, and I was like, bro, it's cringy. It's so cringy. And then it's kind of like that's how I know this dude just wants.
No, but didn't he go to jail? Or
Yes,
am
he
I
went
thinking?
to jail, but
Yeah.
yeah, you're supposed to go to jail when you're in Africa, bro. But
Because
what?
what I remember was he was explaining the testimony of what happened while he was in jail.
Yeah, yeah. It was bad. It was bad. But the fact that I listen, I'm just saying, like, go watch. If you don't think the movie Deported, the ending was terrible. The ending was so bad. It was so cringy, bro. Like
Yeah,
it,
I don't remember the ending. I just if I'm not referring to the right thing, I'd have to revisit it.
yeah. So basically, it just Paul Wittenberger, right? So he's left by himself. So what he's going to do is he's going to get deported or he's going to get locked up. And listen, I understand, right? Like, if you're going to get locked up, that's fine. Like, but like he had to make it all dramatic. That's why I didn't like about it. Like, he literally the camera on him, like, I got it. It's like, bro, like, are you serious?
Like some Blair Witch Project.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you know what situation you was in. If you was that real terrified, you would put a camera in front of your face like this because you know you're a producer yourself, bro. That's crazy. Anyways,
But anyway,
but the
yeah,
movie,
I mean, I don't really have anything against Paul Wittenberger. I mean,
I do.
obviously
I
he's
think it's
into
a
the whole
great.
film
I
industry. Did he go to school for
think it's a,
film?
I think it's a punk that be.
Yeah, I mean, now it
But
seems like he was making money off of those early documentaries with Steven Anderson,
he
and
just
now it's
betrayed.
like,
He hooked up with people that betrayed Pastor Steven Anderson. That's why they like
no,
him.
but I'm saying he was making a ton of money. I don't even know what other
For the love
films he
is
was
of all
producing
evil, my friend.
before he met Pastor Steven Anderson, but they made some great documentaries together. And now look, I
Well,
don't
if it
even know what
wasn't
he's
for
producing now.
Pastor Steven Anderson, he wouldn't make those great documentaries. But the fact
No,
that
that's what I'm saying.
making himself,
Pastor
that's great.
Steven Anderson basically helped his career.
Yeah, exactly. So, but what he wants to do is like, let me show people, like, I don't need Pastor Steven Anderson, guys. Like, I can make my movies alone with
Yeah, but didn't he? Isn't he releasing a documentary now about like trying to? Uh,
yeah.
yeah.
So basically, he out of all the documentaries that he released, it was a documentary against Pastor Steven Anderson.
Yeah, so again, he's still trying to make merchandise off of Pastor Steven Anderson.
Correct.
That's pretty wild.
But at the same time, he saw like uh, a better, like, you know what I'm saying, like a great way. He's like, oh, this is my perfect time to go in and make a film out of it.
Mhm.
It was like these kids are like, oh my goodness, this is incredible. I hate Pastor Steven Anderson, man. Like these kids, guys,
Do you
they're
know?
funny.
Do you know how many interviews he got? Was it all four kids
I don't know,
or
but
three?
you know what's crazy? I actually okay on my podcast I had who Isaac, right? Think about this. Think about this. I had John. I had Isaac. I had Solomon. Who didn't I have on my podcast?
Miriam?
Yeah. Why?
I don't know.
Because you know what she said? She says the fact that she doesn't like me because she thinks I'm too Steven Anderson. So basically, it's like What? So liberal. I mean, like I'm like Miriam, or whatever your name is, Marion. If you're watching this, please grow a few. I don't hate you, okay? Pastor Steven Anderson don't hate you. Stop being brainwashed by the world. Anyways,
Well, and that's the thing. It's his daughter. I mean, I have two daughters.
yeah, that's why I can't control that. And
I'm
I've
just
told him,
saying, like, there's no way he can
if
hate.
that was my daughter, shit.
No, I'm just saying, like, there's no way as a father myself that you can hate any of your children. I mean, unless, I don't know.
I would. I would, literally. It's because here's the thing.
The only way I could hate one of my children is if they turned out to be a reprobate or something, which would never happen. But I
But
mean, that's the only way that I'd be able to hate one of my children. And I don't think any of his children are reprobate. So
but
he
is
still loves all of his children, guaranteed.
hold on. Is it just me or do I notice the fact that all of Pastor Steven Anderson's kids, once they left the new IFB, they became worse. They became worldly. Or is it just me that notices that?
Well, I
This
mean, they went off into the world and
came
they're,
in like
they're,
yoga. She just
no,
worshipped
I'm saying
like
they went off into the
doing it,
world and they're trying to live a life. I mean,
girl. Shit.
what?
Like I know they know the truth. Like they are saved, but it just I think it's just the rebelliousness. It's almost like we're gonna be worldly just to rebel against Pastor Steven Anderson.
Well,
Or God.
listen, they're still young, right? I mean, do you remember what it was like when you were
I used to be
young?
like,
So, I mean, they have a lot of growing to do. I mean, they're just basically
exactly.
starting their lives.
But there's no excuse for being young, though. I feel like okay, I get it, you're young, but like you was there at that church, like you literally grew up from a good church that was modest, teach you how to dress modestly, but then you became hippies. Like how did that happen? Like it boggles my mind. Like you
Like I
might say,
said,
well,
they're younger and they're just starting their life, and
okay,
obviously they could be influenced by the world. I mean,
but here's the thing: they they could do it in a better way. Let's okay. Let's say if they wanted to, you know what? Hey, explore the world. They could have done it in a better way than backstabbing their parents. You get what I mean? Like, let's say, Mom, I want to go to Disney World. Shit. When you're 18, you can't go there. But don't mean you gotta just betray your dad just like that. Like, that's crazy. All of a sudden, just be like, hey, my dad's an abuser. Come on, man. Like, grow the fuck up.
like I said, they're young. They're making their own choices. They have their own lives now.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not under their uh, parents' roof anymore. So, I mean, it's up to them and the choices they make.
Well, from from what I heard, and I talked to Isaac,
Mhm.
puffed up. You know what I mean? Like, if a dude is puffed up, what I see, like, who is in the wrong here? Is it Pastor Steven Anderson or his sons that are prideful and puffed up and wants to do yoga, like, and wants to be a
Wait, who's doing yoga?
Marianne or whatever her name? She's trying to find out the world peace, guys. Anyways, you get what I mean. Like, I
Yeah,
think
so
it,
she's
it,
dabbling in
it's
other
all
religions.
rebelliousness. That's all it is at the end of the day. It's they know they're saved, but I think it's just their anger, just trying to rebel against their dad, like Absalom. And at the end of the day, it's kind of like, you know what? Come back to God, bro. Like, chill. What are you
Yeah,
doing?
and that's the thing. Here's the thing. So as long as my daughters are under my roof, I mean,
I say, get the
I,
fuck out.
I would be held accountable for whatever actions they're
Me,
doing.
I'm
But
straightforward.
as soon as they leave and start their own lives, I mean, that's on them, right?
But if they come
Still
back
their dad, but they're not
anything,
under my roof
I'll be
then.
like, listen, come back anytime. But if you act like a, you act like a puffed up little punk, then you're gonna get treated like a little punk. That's just how I am.
Are you referring to Isaac?
Exactly. It's Absalom, bro. You can
Well,
see it.
and, he has a wife, he has his own place. I mean, as far as I know, he's doing well.
That don't
Other
mean
than
anything. Just because he got a wife in a nice house, that don't mean anything, bro. It just the devil blessing him.
but he goes to church.
Yeah, well, anybody can go to church, bro. What the? Okay.
I'm saying like, yeah, he's prideful. That doesn't mean, you know. So you're saying like he's worshiping Satan or something?
No, I'm not saying that. But what he's doing, the fact that if he's not ashamed about doing what he's doing, it just shows the person that he is. And the fact that I can never, like, even I'm not even his dad. I could never like talk to a person like that. Like, if that was my kid, I literally would beat the shit out of him. Literally. No, seriously.
Well, and Isaac says that he could take his dad. So, I mean,
Yo, that's the fucking problem.
yeah. I
And
mean, yeah, even if you could take your dad, like beat the shit out of him, why
it,
would you say that? Like,
it's because
I,
the
I
devil.
know I could beat my dad up because he's old. I mean, I
Yeah.
wouldn't do it
No,
though.
no, no,
You know,
no.
like why
You
would you
know what?
say that?
Go ahead. My bad. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm saying like
Well,
my obviously I could whoop my dad's ass. He's
yeah.
older now.
I mean,
He's in,
anybody
you know
can
what I'm
whoop
saying? Like,
old people's ass. Like, what
and
the fuck
then to
they
go
talking?
and say that, like, well, obviously you're a young man, you're in your prime,
Yeah.
you lived, you know, like.
When I was in my prime, I could beat anybody's ass. I don't give a damn. Honestly,
But hey, I'd still put my money on Pastor Steven Anderson.
I swear I think Pastor Steven Anderson will whoop his ass. He just don't want to. That's the thing.
No, and that's the thing. Like, just look at your dad. I mean, would you want to,
Because if
even
he
if you knew deep
if
down you
he
could
would,
take your dad, would you do it?
I would
No. Or would you say like, "Oh, I could beat my dad's ass"? Like,
I would whoop Isaac's ass just to teach him a lesson. I don't give a damn, bro. And I know, like, what's wrong about it, because you know what, you shall beat him with a rod, and he shall not die with a rod, is because the fact that you should beat him out of, like, make him learn. If
no,
you
and
beat his ass, bro, like, he gonna be an Isaac. And I think that Pastor Steven Anderson, you know what, the problem with Pastor Steven Anderson, he too nice.
yeah.
And people might say, listen, the way
No,
I,
when I met him, dude, he's just a down to earth,
yeah,
regular guy. But
and
he's really,
like, if
that's
he
really
does do that,
intelligent.
people are gonna jump on him and be like, "Oh, he's an abuser, guys. He's not abuser. He abuses kids, bro." They just gonna jump on it, bro.
Well, I mean, from the world's perspective, even spanking your child's abuse.
Exactly. You can't
So
do
I'm,
anything with your kid anymore, bro. Shit, if you got a kid, I mean, like, you better raise him and not take him to public schools, is because Oh, did you beat your kid? Why you got a red eye?
No, but I wanted to mention one thing since we're talking about fighting or whatever.
Yeah.
Uh, I had a
I know you.
conversation with
Yeah.
the pothead prophet. I talked
Oh,
to him
oh,
for a couple hours.
okay, let's go.
Well, like an hour each time, like on the phone.
Yeah.
And he was like, all of a sudden, like we're talking about the Bible, and then out of nowhere, he's like, brings up me being beta. And I'm like,
It,
okay,
what?
like you don't even know me, but okay, like this was, kind of out of nowhere. He brought this up, and I was like, hey, well, if you think I'm beta and you're the alpha, right? I mean, if you're gonna call someone beta, you can.
Beta?
I was like, hey, you're welcome to come out here anytime, and just for we'll fellowship. You're a brother in Christ, and then we can go to my local gym, mixed martial arts gym, and then he's like, what, you're trying to challenge me? I'm like, you just called me a beta, like, and I'm not even challenging him to a fight. I'm like, just come into the gym, we'll spar, we'll
Yeah.
roll on the mats, and then it kind of put him in check. He
Yeah.
didn't really.
Because listen, listen, like people like that, it's kind of like this. That's the reason why, like, you want to know about Pothead Prophet? I knew him back even since, like, he used to get on Faith Word Baptist Church, right? And I even said about this, like, this dude is a fake, a fraud. And when he had beef with Isaac Anderson, he was saying the N word like over and over again. I was like, dude, bro.
No, this guy is definitely prideful.
Exactly. He's it's just a prideful piece of shit. That's all he is.
And honestly, pride is one of the worst sins in the Bible. Because I mean, look at Lucifer. He was trying to become the Most High, and that's when God's like, all right, I've had enough of this, and he casted him out, and then he recruited 1/3 of the angels.
Mhm.
So I mean, pride is definitely, it has to be the worst sin, because that's
And
and it prevents people from being saved too.
yeah, it prevents people from believing. It's because the problem with people, why they don't believe, is because they have so much pride. They just like, no, bro, no, Christianity is a bunch of garbage.
No, and that's the thing, and then everything becomes a joke that
Yeah,
they scoff at the Bible because they can't understand the Bible.
you know
So
what?
it becomes foolishness unto them because they're not saved.
It's because the devil has tricked.
Yeah, they're spiritually blinded. They don't have ears that hear.
Yeah, why? It's because they grew up the fact listening to Nine Inch Nails, they listen to Linkin Park, and
Yeah,
other
they're influenced by the world. Yeah,
like yeah,
Satan. And
world.
yeah, he's
And,
running the world right
and
now.
then when a saved person comes and tell them, hey, you know what? Like you, like you guys are being possessed by the devil. They're like, you're crazy. No, we're living our life correctly. You're the one that's crazy. Like, yeah, that's how it is.
Yeah, and they
Or
don't understand the concept that narrow is the way that leads to life. Broad is the way that leads to destruction. And they don't even know they're on the broad route.
yeah,
They have no idea.
yeah,
Because, like you said, they're deceived.
yeah. Narrow is the way, straight is the gate. The Bible says the fact that broad is what leads to people to destruction is because the majority of people, and I used to be like them. And you know what's crazy? We all got lucky. Me and you got lucky. We didn't go through that broad gate. We didn't, you know. And we were musicians. And I love music. I used to play guitar. I used to record. I used to wake up 5 in the morning making my own beats and writing my song. I tell you the truth. I'm not even
Yeah,
lying,
I mean, before I was saved, I'd have dreams
bro.
of songs. Like
I thought I was gonna be the next.
lyrics,
Um,
melodies would come
yeah,
to me
bro,
in
I'm not gonna
dreams.
lie, bro. Shit. And
No, and
go ahead, bro.
it's real. It's because I remember when I first got saved, I was staying at a friend's house that lived on the reservation, and
Yeah.
it's more spiritually dark, I feel like there's a stronghold. But anyways, I experienced sleep paralysis. And in the dream it was literally like one of Satan's minions, one of the angels came to me. And they were like tempting me. Like they were like, music was your first love, like tempting me with music. And I'm like,
Yeah.
and then the pastor that got me saved showed up in the sleep paralysis state I was in, and he was just had his arms crossed and he was shaking his head no. So and it makes me wonder if like there's ever been, I mean there has to be a saved person that still, went on and played music and made it big,
Yeah.
and then they experienced their life, like even though they made it big in the world's eye, their life is
But it's rare.
internally like falling apart.
But it's rare is because I truly believe the fact that you can't be a millionaire, you can't make it big without selling your soul. I truly believe that. And the fact that it's because the devil runs this world. Yet there will be an artist that slips by and where
Yeah, but I'm saying like if even if you don't have to sell out to make it big. I mean, you could still have a
sooner or
following.
later you keep going down the dark path, the devil's gonna get you.
But I think of the frontman of Creed, and I don't know if he's saved, but
You know,
if he is, like
you know.
he's gone through some heavy shit
I
in his life.
believe
So
like
I'm saying, like, if a saved person still, like,
okay.
they're saved and went the way of the world, like making
I
it big, music, their life, they're gonna be chastised by the Lord.
I think there are certain bands that are probably saved and that's why they never made it big. And I think that, you know what?
But I'm saying, like, not even making it big, you could still be successful. Like, start your own record company, like don't sign on to any labels, just produce all your own music. I mean, I could see that happen.
But the problem with that
And
is
not being labeled contemporary
whatever you
Christian either.
heard, you will always be underground. Did you know
Well, I
that?
mean,
Okay,
well, there's a guy, Kid Cudi, he started underground. Maybe
have,
he did still, I don't
have you ever heard of Flyleaf?
know. Is that like a punk band?
Yeah. No, so basically it's like a heavy metal band, but it was supposed to be a Christian band. It was called Flyleaf. And basically, um, it they was most hated, but like they was really good. They had hits, but then people hated them because there was a Christian band. That's the thing.
Yeah,
And
and were they labeled
yeah,
contemporary Christian,
yeah,
or they were just
look up Flyleaf, and the lead singer was a girl, also, and
and
I,
they're saved Christians that started a band?
yeah, and
Yeah,
basically,
so that's my point. Like you can be a saved Christian and start a
yeah,
band.
but my point is the fact that you're not gonna make it like the millionaires. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh
Like,
yeah, the
yeah, like
multimillionaires.
you might get a little
And
bit
you could
like
still like
here and there,
just
but
like
like
let's use Paul
5,
Wittenberger as an
40,
example.
like Christian bands die out.
In a
I,
second, let's use
no,
Paul Wittenberger as an example. The film industry is just as bad as the music industry. I
right.
mean, if you started a career
Hold on.
doing music or
Keep going. I
doing
got the
film
rest.
like Paul Wittenberger saved, as far as I know. I mean, so I mean, whatever your career choice is, you can be creative and be a Christian, whether that be through music, film. But like you said, you're not going to become a multi-millionaire because, yeah, you would have to sell out to the world. But I'm saying you can make a good living and not necessarily sell out or sell your soul.
All right. What's going on? Should not judge brother Stephen because of his children's doing. All fall short of the Lord, even us as children of God slip. Well, here's the thing. The Bible clearly says that we should judge, but we should judge righteously. So, do you understand what God is trying to say? The Bible. It's this whole liberal thing where they say, "Hey, you know what? You shouldn't judge. Just don't judge at all." No, it's because if God would have put, hold on, I have to close the door. So let me try to put the emphasis on certain topics in the Bible. Okay, if you will, certain things you have to take it literal, and certain things that you shouldn't take it literal. And what I mean by that is the same thing, the emphasis, what I'm talking right now. Now, there are a lot of people that might say, well, you shouldn't judge. It's easy to say that. You shouldn't judge. That's incorrect. You should judge. Because you know why? If we don't judge, how do we not know that he's a killer? How do we not know that he's trying to break into my house? Because God has common sense. Let's go to the point. Because the Bible clearly says it backs this up. Okay, in the Bible it says, judge accordingly and judge with a righteous judgment. It doesn't mean to judge like stereotypically. It means judge like, okay, when it's the right time to judge, yeah, do it. Because God has common sense. The problem with people, they don't have common sense. It's because they don't understand God. Once you understand God, you will have common sense. That's the thing. Now, where is James at? Did he fall asleep? Oh, he left me. Bro. Okay. Okay, yeah, nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect. We're all sinners at the end of the day. Yeah, God knows that. Yeah, it's nothing new. It's been said in the Bible the fact that we're all sinners. That's why the Bible says there's none righteous, no, not one. For all have sinned and come short of the glory of God. And yeah, I'm, hold on. I can't add you for some reason. Or you? What the heck? I don't know why I can't add you, bro. Ah, Facebook. Are you serious? Okay, let me restart this. Okay, I'm gonna restart this, and because Facebook is a bunch of liberals.